My mom set a trap, but she was the one who fell in it. You know who saved me from my abusive mom? Not a teacher, not a friend, not my dad. It was my grandma. She is my world. When I was a teenager, my mom would kick me out at midnight from time to time. At that time, I knew I can just hop in a taxi and show up at grandma's. Didn't matter if it was 2 a.m., she'd come down in her nightgown, pay the fare, hug me tight like I was never broken. When I was turning 14, I didn't ask for much, just wanted my mom to not scream at me in front of my friends. But of course she did. She threw the cake on the floor because I didn't look grateful enough, in front of everyone. Then dragged me by the wrist into the kitchen, whispering threats through clenched teeth. You're lucky I didn't lock you up tonight. Everyone left. I was sobbing under the dining table when my phone buzzed. It was Grandma. I hadn't told her anything. I didn't need to. She just said, "Are you packed?" I said, "Packed for what?" She said, "To come celebrate with me." She showed up 45 minutes later and said to my mom that she just wanted a birthday and I'm taking her for that. When I felt like ending it all, she was my lifeline. She saved me from myself so many times. She knew her daughter was a monster. She knows exactly how much harm my mother has caused me. Eventually, I started living with my grandma, and my mom didn't even care, so we both also stopped caring. But then, one day, Grandma collapsed. No heartbeat, no response, and her heart was barely responding. Machines keeping her breathing. My mother was screaming in hysterics, only for a couple of days. I cried my eyes out every night. The doctors gave her no chance. After 3 months, doctors told us to let her go. By then, I hadn't spoken to my mother in years. But in that situation, of course, we started talking again. My mom, suddenly sobbing, calls me one day and asked, "Should we take her off life support?" The hospital didn't want to keep her much longer. They wanted to transfer her to hospice. She sounded broken, genuinely sad. I trusted her. I loved my grandma 100 times more than my mother. She meant the world to me, but I also knew she would never want to just exist like a vegetable. She was a strong, amazing woman, full of life, who always wanted to stay independent. So I said, "Not yet, but if she crashes again, maybe don't force her to stay. She wouldn't want to live like that." And that's when my mom screams into the phone, "Ha, got you! You dumb BHE. I recorded this. I knew you wanted to offer. You just said you want to kill your grandma. Now the inheritance is all mine." I hung up. I just sat there. I felt played. Betrayed. Again by my own mother. But mostly, I felt sorry. Not for me. For Grandma. But suddenly, 2 days later, it all changed. Guess who wakes up? Grandma. Like a damn phoenix. Cut forward to 6 months later. She's walking, talking, sipping chai like nothing happened. And now, every time Mom visits her, she plays that stupid recording like, "See? Your precious granddaughter wanted to off you." And Grandma just goes, "Oh, F off, Linda. I wouldn't want to live as a goddamn cucumber either." She was right. Why are you even here when you don't care? She started doing okay, and we got back home. And then, my queen rewrote her entire will, signed, sealed, lawyered up. Mom gets nothing. She saved my life. And now, she saved her legacy from a leech. My grandma is doing well. I love her more than anyone in the world. And my mother, who would have inherited something by legal succession if she acted like a human being, will now get nothing. Karma served. Blood isn't family, loyalty is.